Hey everyone, it's Candace. Thank you for joining me and congratulations, you made it to spring. I can't believe we're here. It's the end of March 2024. We're actually in spring, if you can believe it or not. You probably wouldn't know by looking out your window some days. We've had these crazy blasts of snow, but hey, is what it is, right? Canadian winters. So we're here now. So what I want to talk about today is when's the best time to buy your dream home. Okay, let's get into it. Who is this video for first? Well, I have a lot of buyers right now that are kind of coming out of the woodwork, now starting to look for properties. Here's the thing. Obviously, with interest rates coming down, people are waiting for that big slash. When are interest rates really going to get cut? And then some people are looking at the news and seeing the headlines saying now's the time to get in. So they're really trying to focus on that. And buyers are coming out who have been actually thinking about buying for many years, and they're now ready to actually come to the table. So what is this doing? Well, it's doing a few different things. We've seen a lot of action just pick up in the last couple months. It's driving price properties up. Okay, there's no lie about that. Just in March alone, we're going to see the numbers actually come out at the end of March in April. So we'll see how we did in March. But just in my experience, March alone, price points are going up, bidding wars are going up, and some of the market comparables for pricing don't make a lot of sense. So what I mean by that is I'm sometimes now facing issues with my buyers where we'll go in, put a bid on a property, look at the market comparables, we'll give something reasonable above, something that we think makes sense. Somebody comes in and blows us out of the water, and my buyers are left stunned. They go, Candace, what happened? This doesn't even make sense with anything we saw in the comparables. And I always tell everybody, you don't know what's in the mind of a seller and you don't know what's in the mind of a buyer, right? These are the two things that we really don't have any type of data on. So for example, I've had it on the side with a buyer where we've been looking for 8 months for the right home. We keep getting outbid, or they just can't find anything that's perfect. And then all of a sudden we find it. It's the home with the number of bedrooms they need, the bathrooms, the storage space. And the husband will say to me, let's put in an offer. Let's throw all this at it. And I'll say, okay, you do know you're paying above market value right now for this home, right? And they go, yes, we understand that. We're going to pay for the privilege because we just want to get in. I don't want to look anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm going to hold this property for 10 to 20 years. Once when the kids retire, or once when the kids go to school and we want to retire, we'll think about what our next move is, but this is it, right? So they pay for the privilege. So that's why you're sometimes seeing some numbers that don't really make sense or kind of out of alignment, because again, it also has to make sense with the mortgage. You have to realize that, whatever you bid for a property or whatever you put in as a buyer, you got to make sure you can get the mortgage for that. Because for example, if all the homes around are selling for $700 and you bid $850, you got to explain to a mortgage company why you put in $850. And if they can't see the value in terms of a home appraisal and what the comparables around showcase, they might not give you that mortgage. So that's what you really want to be careful of, because I've seen this happen with buyers where they want to do this and they almost get themselves in hot water. And I have to step in and say, have we talked with a mortgage broker yet? Or have we talked with our broker to say we want to put in this offer? I think you really should discuss with them and see. And then they'll come back and say, oh, Candace, no, they won't let us do it. And I say, yeah, probably a good thing we didn't put that in, because when you ink up that paper and that offer gets accepted, it is legally binding. All right. So you want to make sure you're careful about that. So when's the best time to look for your dream home? Well, if you already have a property, which is what a lot of my clients are in the situation of right now, they already own a home. It's now a few years later, they're having families, they want to move and upsize, or they want to right size something a little bit different. And they're now saying, hey, Candace, we've put a lot of work into this home, or we've saved up a lot. We're looking for our dream home. Here's the best time to go on the market and look for this. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is we know that everything is cyclical in the real estate market. And, traditionally this time, spring and summer, busiest months. This is no exception. Now, it's not always the case in terms of being exact, and that's because especially in the last 5 years, it's been a little different out there, right? We've had to deal with pandemic, we've had COVID, we've had inflation, we've had wars. Not so fun, right? So it's going to make things a little bit difficult. But traditionally speaking, people like to put property on the market in spring, in summer. That's when they get the highest price. Once kind of the middle summer comes along, it kind of tails off a little bit because people start thinking about holidays, vacations, cottaging. Then we come into after September, October, kind of goes up a little bit again because people go home. Maybe I'll get in before the end of the year. And then we hit the winter months. Okay. So that makes it a little bit different that way. So if you're looking for your dream home, now can be a good time to look for it. Will you come up against bidding wars? Probably. I'm not going to lie to you. It depends on what you're looking for and what area you're looking for. So, for example, in Toronto, we have a lot of homes that are coming on the market now in sort of the desirable pockets where a lot of my families want to be. And depending on what the property is and the condition of the property, they're sometimes getting like 11, 12, 13 offers, right? So you want to make sure you look at what's around and what makes sense for you for how much you're willing to pay for that property. Also, I'm hearing in Durham right now. I'm out in Durham, and when we're showing in Durham, we're also starting to get a lot of overbidding or bids coming in for property because Durham is now being faced with two factors where there's people in Durham that are kind of trying to get that property. And then there's people coming from outside, say Toronto. I know lots of people from Brampton, Mississauga. They're trying to come into the region too. So they're also kind of willing to drive the prices up. So when you're looking for your dream home, it's not just about the timing of it, okay? I think a big thing is also the education of what makes sense. And this is why you have to go out and look. I tell people, you have to get out, you have to see what makes sense, because your dream home versus somebody else's dream home could be two very different things. Now, I will be very honest. Most people want the nice big home, nice lot, highly updated, HGTV worthy home with the number of bedrooms and number of desirable baths that they want, right? That's a dream home. Well, take that dream home, and obviously if you have the budget to support it, hey, have at it. I've had clients where we're looking at homes and they say, Candace, this is my budget, what do you think? And I say, what we're looking for and what your budget is, totally easy. We just have to pick something that makes sense. So in that case, we're having a different conversation. But if you are dealing with a certain budget and you still want to have this dream home experience, think about what it is that really makes your dream home. Okay. Is it the actual interiors? Can you, not live without it? Can that not be something that you want to update later on? Is it the number of bedrooms and baths and the layout? Because you can't change layout is what I always tell people. Is it the location? I've had clients that say, Candace, I need to be in this location. It has the best school district. This is the place to be. I don't care what it takes. And then, okay, so we know that that's what's driving it. So when you figure that out and get all your ducks in a row, as I like to say, then you can figure out when's the best time. But obviously, a lot of buyers are now coming out because we're hearing about the slashing of interest rates, what's going to be happening in the next couple of years with interest rates. So some people, buyers particularly, who again have been waiting on the sidelines for years, they've had the money racked up. I have these buyers, they're sitting and waiting. It's not that they don't have availability, it's that they're looking for the right thing at the right time. We're now starting to see action happening and we're starting to see property moving right between hands. So this could be a good time coming up to May. May is usually really good too. And then again, drops off a little bit in the summer, comes back up in September, October. So that's when you want to think about things cyclically to find out when the best time is to buy your dream home. And just looking at March right now, we'll have the official stats in terms of what's been selling out there come out at the end of the month. But as we're looking at it right now, things are up. So sale prices are up, listings are up, meaning that there's more listings on the market, there's more sales being had, and the average home price is up. Okay. So you're going to start seeing that slowly tick up for the next little bit. Okay. So just be aware of that if you're out there kind of looking. And in terms of March, tons of open houses, tons of stuff to see. Lots of sellers are coming to the table now. Lots of sellers that actually had been holding on to property for many years are now thinking about putting it on market or putting it on market now. And it's getting sold. So things are trading. So that's at least good for people that want to make moves that way. So if you're out there and you're a buyer and you're thinking about buying property right now, what I always tell people is, it's no secret. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but I have lots of buyers that haven't been in the market for 5-7 years. They bought before, many of them bought with me before, and then now they kind of come back to it, and I have to almost remind them of everything and be like, hey, remember when we did this? And they go, oh yeah, did we talk with this person yet? No, we didn't. How about this person? Oh yeah, so you kind of just want to make sure that you really familiarize yourself with it, because it is a stressful experience buying a home, and you do it once, and sometimes it's one and done. Normally nowadays it's not, so you want to make sure that you have all the information at hand to be able to make the best decisions for yourself that's going to lead to the long-term success of you having a great home for your family and also having a really great asset for yourself to help build wealth. And that's what you're looking for. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions regarding real estate, anything else that's on your mind, shoot me an email. Would love to see if I could help you out in any way that I can. Okay. Take care. Bye.